Hi all, welcome to today's basic mat class. So we're going to be doing a few different ones today, and for that you will need a towel. So if you haven't got a towel, just pause the recording and grab one and then join us back up again. So we're going to just start with some roll downs first. So I'm going to get Brad just standing facing me and make sure that those feet are just in line with the hips there. We're going to make sure the weight's nice and even. Let's just roll the shoulders a few times to get them in position. So roll the shoulders back and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Think about opening up through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades back together. And on the last one, we'll just hold that position with the shoulders back, chest nice and open, head nice and tall. Starting our roll down. Breath in to prepare. Breathe out, tuck your chin to your chest, drop your ribs to your hips, navel to your spine as you roll down. Let those arms hang nice and heavy. Take a breath in and exhale as we roll back up, tucking the tailbone under, restacking the spine 1 vertebrae at a time. We'll do 2 more. Breathing in and exhale, chin to chest, ribs to hips, navel to spine. Try to keep that weight nice and even on the feet. Try not to sway backward or forward too much. And then roll up. Tuck that tailbone under. Draw that tailbone back behind you. Breath in. Exhale and roll down. Last time. And this time we'll come down onto the mat. So walking forward onto your hands and your knees here. And we'll just do a cat stretch for that mobility in the spine. So hands should be under shoulders, knees under hips. Breathing in to prepare and breathe out as we go into angry cat, tucking the tailbone under, rounding, really lifting up round the ribs. Take a breath in, expand into that rib cage. Breathe out, tailbone out as the back dips down. Squeeze your shoulders down away from your ears. And 2 more. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Really use that squeeze of the glutes to tuck that tailbone under. Breath in and breathe out. Let that tailbone stretch out, sit bones stretch apart. And 1 more time, breathing out, rounding upward through the spine. Again, separate the shoulder blades, don't shrug them. And releasing down. Tailbone out. Excellent. Now going into a set of press-ups. So find your neutral spine again. Walk your hands a little bit further. Let's take them a little bit wider. You can go onto the floor if you need to, if the mat is still a bit too narrow. Make sure that your body's in this lovely diagonal line. We're not leaving the bum back behind you at all. So hold and tuck. If your wrists are a problem, go on to the fists, and if they're still no good, drop down into your plank hold position on the forearms instead. So going into a set of 8 press-ups here, we're going to breathe in as we lower down, breathe out, abs on as we lift. Breathing in, and then use those abs as you lift. Again, make sure that the movement's in your arms, not dipping in through your hips. And if you can only make it halfway down, that's fine. Again, keep your head in line. Don't let the chin start to pop out. Last couple here. And on the last one, we'll lift up and we'll come right back, rounding through the spine into your shell stretch position and just catch the breath there. Nice breath into the back and sides of the ribs. Walk the fingertips forward and have a nice stretch out under the shoulders. Alright, and then we'll just come forward on the mat again, this time just lowering right down to the elbows and forearms to go into our basic plank position here, and adding in a little bit of variation here. So if you want to just hold this position, that's fine. Otherwise we're going to do an alternate leg lift. So we have the toes tucked under, and we're going to lift one leg up to straighten the knee. So we're going to press the heel back and lift the knee, hold it there. Get those glutes squeezed, abs on, then try to lift the second leg up to join it. Pinch those sit bones together like you've got the winning lotto ticket stuck in between them. Then lower one leg down and then the second leg down and hold. And we'll just run through that 1 more time before we rest. So one leg up, drive the heel back. Other leg comes up to meet, squeeze the glutes, keep those hips steady. One leg down, other leg down. And then come back to your shell stretch position again. Well done. If you just stayed on the knees the whole time, that's absolutely fine. Building really good endurance in your plank hold position through your core, and that's fine. Alright, now we will go into some roll down modifications here. One of our favourites to do in the class. Some people struggle still to get up, in which case you can try the trick of putting the pillow or rolled towel, folded towel just in behind your back to help with your transition up. Normally we do this with an isotoner circle, but we don't have isotoner circles. Well, everyone doesn't have isotoners, so we'll use a towel instead. So we'll get Brad to take the towel. We're just going to hook your right foot into the towel to start with, around the ball of the foot. And you want to hold it at a reasonable arm length, so it depends really how flexible your hamstrings are as to how far down you might hold that towel, but you want those arms to be outstretched with the leg on the floor. We're then going to float the right foot up off the floor a little bit, keeping that knee straight, and we're going to really try to use this pushing of the heel and pushing of the foot out against the towel to help us control the speed of our roll down. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to roll down through the spine. So tucking the tailbone under, start to roll back through the spine as the right leg starts to lift, but keep pushing that leg out. Let those arms stretch long. Don't pull in with your arms. You should get a little stretch down there. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to roll up by pressing that leg away and down to the floor to help us with our curl up. We'll do 2 more on this side. Breathing out as we roll down, still using the abs and still trying to come down straight through the spine. Breathing in and exhale, draw it. Don't pull in with your arms because all that'll do is tip you backward. And rolling it down again. Last time on this side, and when we hold down on this side, we'll just use it for a little stretch before we come up. So we'll just take a couple of extra moments to have a little bit more breathing. Try to straighten the knee. Think about flexing the ankle back towards you. Brad's hamstrings are a little bit tight from the old running. So,
Especially this one.
Yeah, especially this one because the hamstring's been a little bit grumpy. All right, one more nice breath in. And then use that breath out. Keep those arms long and push, 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 push. Use those abs. Brilliant. Let's change to the other side. So the left foot goes in now. Right leg stays down long. Lengthen up through the spine. As you breathe out, start to tilt back through the pelvis as we roll down. Keep stretching out through the heel. Breathe in at the bottom. As you breathe out, abs still engaged to curl you up. You're still using the abs. Sometimes you can get distracted by the arms and the legs with this one. So still focus on those abs. And again, rolling down 2 more. We have only done one, eh?
Yep.
Breath in. Remember, keep the knees straight and press away. Use your glutes. Squeeze down with that left butt to push you up. And last one, coming down. Again, still through the center of the spine. Hold here, and we'll use this time for a little bit more of stretch. Again, flex the ankle if you can. Straighten the knee. If you want a little bit more stretch, draw the elbows down a little bit more and pull through with those arms. All right, nice breath in here and breathing out as we curl up through the spine and reach. Good. All right, now from here, just pop the towel off to the side and we'll make our way down to the mat. So arms out in front, palms facing in, flex through the feet and then roll down slowly through the spine. Excellent. And once you're down, just bring the arms by your sides. We'll bend the knees and we just want to find our neutral spine position. Remember, if you feel like you want a pillow under your head, we're going to do a few lower ab ones here. So we're going to start with some single leg stretches. So again, if you need something under your hips, do that. We're going to bring one leg up to tabletop at a time, making sure that we're keeping the pelvis nice and steady. Okay, remembering to try and find that 90-degree position. Avoid letting the legs tuck in too closely unless you need that because you're having more difficulty with your tabletop. All right, breathing in to prepare. As we breathe out, we're lengthening one leg away and breathing in as it comes back to tabletop, then to the other side. Remember, the lower the leg goes, the more challenging that is to keep your neutral spine. So I suggest normally about a 45-degree angle. Higher will make it easier, lower will make it harder. And your key signs are if your stomach is doming outward or if your back is arching. So remember, abs flat and use each breath out. Pelvic floor and lower abs drawing in. Let's go one more each side. Last one. Reaching out and then hug the knees in towards you for a little stretch. Circle the legs and the hips around. All right, and then we're going back into our tabletop position again, doing a few ab preps. So we're going to bring the hands just in behind the head. We're going to keep the legs still in tabletop. As we breathe out, we're tucking the chin, curling up into a little ab prep, breathing in, coming back down, breathing out as we curl, and breathing in to lower. We'll do 4 more. 3, lovely. Great lift of the shoulders there, and the legs are staying nice and steady. Last one. All right, again, now just rest your feet down for a moment. Give a little roll from side to side of the hips, just loosen things up. We're going to go into our hundreds next, and we're going to add in single leg stretches. So we'll be breathing in while the left leg extends, then we'll change over and breathe out while the right leg is extended. So remember, you can do it with your head down, that's fine. So we'll bring the legs one at a time to tabletop, hover the hands, nod the chin, exhale, curl up into your ab prep position, left leg extends, we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, pelvic floor and abs working, and in, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that curl up. Rest your head down if you need to. And remember to keep that chin tucked. We've got 30 more. And reach. Coming up to 80 now. 4, 5, and reach. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. And reach. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug the knees in and rest down. Excellent. And circle those legs again. All right, taking a break from the abs now. Rest your feet back to the floor, knees bent. Make sure those feet are in line with your sit bones of your bottom, not too wide, not turned out. Arms are alongside, shoulders back. Breathe in to prepare, and as you breathe out, you're going to tilt the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. We're lifting up into our bridge, our spine curl. Breath in at the top. As we exhale, draw the ribs together and down as we roll through the spine. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, glutes on as we lift. Hold for the breath in. Exhale, rolling down. Breathing in. Let's do 3 more before we go into some single leg work. Remember, make sure that those knees aren't starting to go wide. Good, good. And last one. All right. And then we are going to take the towel and we're going to roll it up into a little roll here. We're going to pop that just in between the knees, but don't let it onto your shins. So just dropping that a little bit lower. Yeah. Okay. So the idea is for this is to help try to keep our thighs nice and level while we do these single-legged ones. Now, if you're struggling with hamstring cramp, then just lower down a little bit, or just try doing some little heel lifts up and down instead of our single leg lifts. So otherwise, we're going to squeeze the bum. We're going to come up into our bridge position. We're going to hold. Make sure that we've got those ribs down, abs braced here, and we're going to keep those thighs level. As we exhale, we're going to try to extend one leg, keeping the thighs even, and then lower it back down. Other side, exhale, extend one thigh, keeping that roll towel steady, and then back down. We've got 2 more each side. Again, abs strong, glutes working hard here, and you'll feel that relationship between your glutes and your inner thigh muscles working together with these ones. Lovely. Connecting with those obliques. Last set, ribs pulling down, glutes strong. Last one. Excellent. And resting down. And roll down through the spine. Brilliant work. And we'll just stretch the legs right back down onto the floor. We'll just do a little back stretch after that. So bring our right hand out along the floor. Bring the right leg up to tabletop. We'll bring the left hand just to the outside of this knee and roll the knee across the body into our back stretch. Try to keep that right shoulder down against the floor and breathe. Use that breath out. Imagine like you're wringing out a wet towel. One more nice breath in, and then use the breath out Abs on, come back to center. Left arm goes wide now. Left leg comes into tabletop. Right hand comes across and use the right hand to push across. Again, nice breath in. Use the breath out, wringing out that air from the body with a nice breath. And try to keep that left shoulder pressing down to the floor, and your eyes should be looking at your left hand. One more breath, and then exhale to return. Lovely. Relax the legs and the arms back down again. Take a couple of breaths. Okay, and then we're just going to roll over onto your tummy, and we'll just do a little bit of upper back extension. Really important for your posture here. So we're going to just rest with your your forehead on the back of your hands. What's that thing called in the top of our body? All right. So with these ones, we're just going to be trying to keep the hands down. We're just going to be focusing on lifting the upper back. So we want the glutes to be gently squeezed, the abs just gently pulling up as if you're lying on a block of ice and you're trying to pull the skin off the ice. And then as you exhale, you're just going to roll your shoulders back and just do a little lift of that upper back, but keep the elbows and forearms on the floor. And then breathing in, release back down. Breathing out as we lift. Think about pushing the breastbone forward past your hands and releasing down. Again, keep gently pulling up with those abs and glutes, and it's really hard to keep aware of keeping your abs on, but make sure by no means do you try to push your stomach down into the floor, because that definitely means you're not engaging your abs correctly. All right, now if this feels comfortable, we're going to add in the upper body, the arm lift as well. So this time you can try to keep your head on your hands and lift your arms with, now don't come back down, so keep your head on your hands and lift your arms and lift your upper body at the same time. And releasing down. If this does put strain on your lower back at all, then keep the arms down and just do the upper back one. Focus on that upper back strength here. But remember, a lot of that comes from the abs, so remember to keep those abs pulled in and up. Don't let your stomach push into the floor. Keep lengthening that tailbone down. And last one here. Excellent. And then we'll just bring your hands underneath your body here to push up and into your shell stretch position. Now we'll be going back into our thigh stretch, we're going into an exercise called the thigh stretch. It's a bit of a killer. If you have got any knee problems, then you can do this in a sitting position and without really doing the lean back. But if you feel like leaning backward onto the knees causes any problems, you don't have to do the lean, or just don't go very far. And we're going to utilize our towel again just to add some upper body work in. So we're going to just have the towel nice and long. I'll get Brad to hold on to that. He can come forward a little bit further here. I'm sure he's not going to hit the bookcase, hopefully, with that thigh stretch. No, we're not doing a rotation. And I'm going to do it front on, and Brad's going to go side on here, so you should be able to see his alignment. And what we're trying to avoid is that when he goes backward, if you demonstrate, we're going to keep that nice alignment. Now, you don't have to go back quite as far as Brad, but he's doing a great job. What you don't want to do is hinge into your lower back here. We want to make sure that your knee, hips, shoulders, and head all stay on that same line as they move back on that diagonal. Now, with the towel in hand, you're going to hold the arms just straight out in front. We're going to apply a little bit of outward pressure so that we're really waking up all of those muscles around the back of the shoulders. We're breathing in, and then as we exhale, we're connecting with those abs as we start to lean back into our thigh stretch. You should feel that in those thighs. And then use the breath out again to come back up. Again, breath in to prepare, press out, exhale as we lean back, glutes, abs strong, and exhale on the way back up again. Breath in between. Breathe out as we go back. Hold for the breath in, breath out as we return. breath in, hold. Exhale, abs on. Hold for the breath in. Exhale as we return one more time. Exhale back. Hold for the breath in. And exhale, return. Excellent. Relax those arms down for a break. All right, so you should have felt that working in through the thighs. It's really tempting to want to buckle in the hips, but using those glutes and abs is important. So now we just want to do the chest opener. So we're going to use our towel again, and we're just going to hold it at that same length, but just press it back against, press it against your pelvis, against your thighs, so your hands are pushing back behind you. Now you should see here that as you're keeping those elbows nice and straight, we're engaging the tricep muscle at the upper arm, and we're also trying to squeeze into the lats around the back of the shoulders, and we're trying to draw the shoulders back and really work these muscles in the upper back here. So we're breathing in, and as we exhale, we're going to press back, squeeze, breathing in, just relax that tension again. Breathing out and press back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and breathing in to release. Breathing out. Don't be tempted to want to bend your elbows when you do this to give you more power. It's okay to feel a little bit weak and shaky in this position. 2 more, and then we'll add in a neck rotation. Good. 1 more. And release. Okay, so the next one we're going to add in some rotation of the neck. So we'll start with a push back and then take a breath in, and we'll use our exhale to turn our head one way, back to the other side, and then release from there. So we're breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, pressing the shoulders back. Hold for a breath in. Keep that pressure on the towel. Exhale, turn your head to look over one shoulder. Try to keep both shoulders back. Breathe into the center. Exhale, both shoulder blades stay back as we turn. Breathing into center and relax the pressure from there. 1 more time. Exhale, press back. Hold for the breath in. As you turn your head, if you're turning right, keep that left shoulder squeezed back. Return center. And if you're turning left, keep the right shoulder blade back. And return center and release. Well done. And then just pop the towel off to the side. Come down onto the hands and knees. And just back to your shell stretch position. Just giving things a little stretch out and relax through the shoulders. All right, and then we're coming back up onto hands and knees. So we're going hands under shoulders, knees under the hips for our 4-point kneeling swimmer. So shoulders are down, abs are engaged. We're breathing in to prepare. As we breathe out, we're reaching our right hand forward and left leg back. Hold for the breath in. Exhale to lower. Breath in, prepare. Breathe out. Left hand forward, right leg back this time. Hold for the breath in. Exhale to lower. Breathe in. Exhale, reaching out, opposite arm and leg. Breath in, hold. Exhale, lower. Breathing in. Exhale, reach. Hold for the breath in. Exhale, return. Excellent. And then from here, we're going to come into a sitting position. I'll just get Brad's feet down this end of the mat. And we'll do some half roll downs for some obliques. So we want the legs out straight. We're going to reach the hands out towards our toes there, palms facing in. We're rolling halfway down and pausing for some rotation. So breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, abs engage as we roll back, pause halfway. We're going to breathe in as we rotate to the left and exhale back to center, ribs to hips, and then inhale over to the right and exhale as we return. Make sure that the arms as we rotate don't go beyond the line of the chest. You're rotating through the trunk. And return center, hold, breath in, exhale, curl forward. Let those arms hang down onto the legs, ankles, or feet, and have a nice stretch. And stack up nice and tall. Same again, 2 each way. Exhale, rolling back, navel to spine. Inhale, rotate left. Exhale, ribs pull back to the center. Inhale, and navel back into the spine. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Last one. Back to center, hold for the breath in, breathe out, curl forward and stretch. All right, and then we're just going to finish with a little bit of thigh work. So we're going to lean back and just support yourself on your hands. And we're just going to have the right knee a little bit bent, left leg staying out long. Now we're going to flex that foot back towards you, that left leg. We're going to turn it out to about 10 o'clock. We're going to then contract our thigh muscle so that knee is nice and straight and the heel just lightly pops off the floor. As we exhale, we're going to lift and inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. We'll do 8. Inhale, lower. Exhale and down and 4. Good. Use those abs. Keep them strong. Keep the chest high. And 3. And 2 more. Keep that knee nice and straight. Keep those muscles contracted. And hold. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more breath. And release down. Changing the legs over. Flexing that right foot back towards you. Turn it out to 2 o'clock. Push down through the knee. Make sure that that thigh muscle is squeezed nice and tight so the heel just pops up a little off the floor. Exhale, using that thigh muscle lift. Breathing into lower. Exhale, really contract the muscles down around the top of your kneecap. If you do feel like your thigh muscle is going to cramp up at all, this can just show that it might be a little bit weak. You can lean back a little further, that may help, but otherwise really focus on contracting the deeper muscles down around the kneecap. Last 2. And then on the last one, we're going to lift up. We're going to hold for 2 extra breaths. So breathing in, keep that knee nice and straight. Keep the turnout going. 1 more breath. Excellent. And then releasing down. Excellent. Both legs out in front, just stretched forward. Use your hands and wrap your hands around the back of your calf or your knee or your ankle, wherever you can reach. And then use your elbows, bend your elbows like Brad's doing here, drawing his elbows towards his hips to help him pull himself forward into the stretch. And he loves me for this because of those tight hamstrings. He can't get enough of these stretches. Tells me every time. And lovely. All right, and then I'll just get Brad to transition over onto his front to bring us out back up again. So hands fine. Yep, onto hands and knees. All right, with our position here, we've got those toes tucked under, and we're going to lift up into a downward dog position. We're just going to pause there for a moment and think about pushing the chest towards the thighs. Keep the tailbone nice and high, and then just do a couple of alternating heel drops. Stretching out those calves. 1 more each side. And then continue walking your hands now up towards your toes. Remember to pause before you come up. Don't just whip yourself up. You don't want to get dizzy. So remember, tuck the chin and then use those abs. Glutes on. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Try not to just come up with a straight back. We want to round through the spine. Breath in here. Breathe out. Tuck your chin towards your chest and roll down through the spine. Breathe in at the bottom. And breathe out. Tuck the tailbone. Restack. 1 more time. Breath in. Exhale. Chin to chest. Again, heavy through the breastbone. Hollow in through the stomach. Like a chocolate Easter egg. And exhale. Roll up through the spine. All right, and then I'll just get Brad to now stand just facing the screen here. And we'll just do a little neck stretch. So I know everyone appreciates a few neck stretches in the class. So we're going to start by making sure that our left hand is just slightly in behind the left butt cheek, palm facing backward. And we're going to slide that hand down the back of the bottom as far as we can. Holding there, we're going to then just tilt our head over to the right ear to right shoulder. And then bringing your right hand up just above the tip of your ear and just using that for a little bit of gentle overpressure. You should feel that stretch down through the left side of the body. Now you've got your hand behind you like so. If you're finding that that's difficult for you without your shoulder shrugging, just have it beside you instead. Or you can even come in like so. And releasing back off. Let's change sides. So right hand comes in behind you, palm facing backwards, shoulder down and back. Tilt the left ear to the left shoulder. Left hand comes just up above the ear and stretch. Try not to let your head fall forward as you're doing this stretch, and keep that right shoulder stretching down and back. And releasing off from there. Interlock your hands behind your back. Press those hands back and lift the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then release. Interlock the fingers in front of you. Press the arms forward. Separate your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin. And imagine you're creating a beautiful big chocolatey string with your arms. Breathe into the stiff areas of your back. And then release. Lovely. Shake it all out. And we're all done for today. Thanks for joining us.